Good afternoon, boys. Possibly evening when I upload this. Time for more Wani. Olivia has been quiet for about 5 minutes now. Even though 5 minutes isn't that long a time, Olivia had grown so much, chattier as of late, so the silence felt just a bit off-putting to me. A part of me couldn't help but wonder if it's a cold shoulder directed at me, or just remaining nerves from the last conversation. No use just thinking about it. So, penny for your thoughts, Olivia? Hmm. Oh, right. Sorry. Guess I'm not here right now. What were you thinking about exactly? Olivia lets out a sigh and turns her head upwards so that her eyes meet mine. I really got to thinking about what we were talking about earlier. Now it seems like neither one of us knows what we will be exactly doing after school's over. Alright. Yeah, that. I hadn't really given much thought to the fact that I had essentially dropped a bombshell on both of us. Now that I really stopped to think about it, though, the idea that neither one of us really knows what to do after graduation is concerning. Most seniors at least have a small idea of what they'll want to do after graduation. At least, I think. Hell, had made a full chart and timeline for herself. I mean, I always figured I'd go to college, but I feel so basic, for lack of a better word. There should be some kind of grander plan on what to do with the next big step in life. University, a career, maybe even starting some kind of family. Those are the kinds of plans that come to mind. They're all just simple platitudes at the end of the day, though. Is it even worth making plans? The more I think about it, the more likely it is that something stupid just comes out of left field and wrecks everything. Hopefully we get a good ending. If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans and all. Apparently that's a saying. I never heard of it. So maybe all I can really do then is live in the moment? I've always hated that sort of thinking. I mean, uh, you should have a goal set, but you should always be somewhat fluid as well, just in case it doesn't go all to plan, and so that you can recover quickly, I guess, as well. Just be a sitting duck for life and take pot shots at me. Just live, just live pretending death can't show up and take me at any time. Oh my. It's our girl. Hey, it's Olivia. And wow, okay, fuck you. Olivia stiffens in her chair. Oh, hey, Mia. Olivia's words are a hiss as she tries to face away from the crimson-scaled girl. Her hands shakily strain against the wheels of her chair, slowly turning it too. Got a couple of questions to ask, Olivia. Would you like to humor me for a bit? What am I saying? Of course you don't mind. Oh, okay. The poor sort of saunters up, and with the sway of her hips pushes me aside as she takes Olivia's reins from me. We saw it in the trailer, didn't we? Mia doing this to Inko. What the hell? You're insane if you think we're going with you anywhere. We? She looks down to Olivia and back at me. We. He's funny. We're just going for a little girl talk. No boys allowed. Sorry. You're up for that, right, Liv? She puts a hand on her shoulder and cocks an eyebrow back at me like she knows something. So yeah, we'll just be a moment. Don't worry that pretty little head of yours. I'm left gawking and confused as the two head off in another direction. Olivia doesn't seem to know what to say or do either. She just goes along with the parasol wheeling her away. A part of me wants to give chase, but the side eye that Mia sends back at me forces me to stop. I feel useless as I watch the two turn the corner. Really? Just like that? You let Olivia go? Ah, funny man this boy is. He is funny for real. My thoughts of what I want to do. Going after the pair, are betrayed by my body still frozen by the icy glare from Mia. Damn it. I'll just get to class and ask what this was all about later. Oh, Mrs. Brockman class. But by the time I get to her history class, I'm like, half expecting to find Olivia already waiting for me. Some kind of remark primed and ready to be spoken to me. But instead, she isn't there. I reluctantly take my seat, tapping my foot impatiently. Even when the bell comes and goes, there's still no sign of her. Shit. I shouldn't have let Olivia go with her alone. What the hell was I thinking? I really don't want to cut class, but I can't afford anything bad to happen to her. Nope, I can't sit and do nothing. I shoot my hand up into the air, causing Mrs. Broccoli to pause mid-lecture. Yes, Mr. Nito? Mrs. Broccoli, can I be excused? Please? Why? Class barely started a few minutes ago. Because I... Shat myself! Ah, he has a way with words. This... She nearly said the cuss word, lads. I'm halfway out the door already. Yeah, it was just that, right? Well, you're free now. That you achieved your end goal. Where did they go? There's not a soul to be found anywhere. If I were a bitch, where would I harass somebody in secret? Why in secret? Why not in public? That's what a bitch would do, wouldn't they? Shoot, whatever's between them, I hope it isn't turning physical. I mean, she wouldn't, would she? My hands clench tighter and tighter as I focus on walking faster. Finally, something snaps me out of my trance. The faint sound of squeaking metal. I've heard that sound before. Oh, I turn towards the source, just beyond the door of a nearby classroom. Judging by the paraphernalia covering the door, I think this is the algebra room. I grab the handle and haphazardly throw the door open, praying that I'm not about to rudely interrupt the teacher for the second time today. Looks like shit. How am I? Should be happy it's done. Ooh, what are we walking to? Oh. Terrifying. With your white rims. Two heads turned to me in a mix of anger and surprise. And they're the heads of the girls I was looking for. It's like a sudden three-way standoff. I was definitely not intending to be a factor in whatever this is. I really should have thought about that before barging in. It is what it is now. Thank Raptor Jesus she's okay. What the fuck are you doing here? I should ask you two the same question. Oh my... look, Baddie. Now is not the time. Don't talk to him like that. Yeah? Or what? I told you not to be followed. You were there when we left. We just heard you screaming like a maniac. All I heard was metal, I'm pretty sure. I'd been forgotten already. Oh my. Hey! Why are you two in an empty classroom yelling at each other? The two fall deafeningly silent, unwilling or unable to speak. I notice a piece of paper in Mia's hand. It looks like something's drawn on it. The style is different, but it's unmistakably one of Olivia's works. Mia, why do you have her drawing? The power source stops blinking for a few seconds before shoving the paper in her jacket. Before I can question it any further, Olivia speaks up. Inko, why did you come here? You seemed like you were in trouble? How touching. Well, we're all in trouble now. We? Yeah, dumbass. I don't have time for this. Hot Wheels, filming. What is this? What is this bullshit I'm walking into? What's the big issue? Olivia claws at her armrests again. Is more controversy, I guess, revolving against you? She looks ready to cry. Hey, where'd all your vicious bravado go? Are you afraid to tell him? Afraid of what he'll think? Shut up. Precious. Fine, I'll say it. Mia turns to me with a malicious grin. I know about what this prick did during the yearbook art contest. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't give two shits. But then, it hit me. Holy shit, she can just get away with it. Now, how crazy is that? I was thinking we'd never seen this angle of Mia before, but I think we have. She pauses, goading me to say otherwise, but I bite my tongue. Like a shark smelling blood, she starts to circle me, continuing her taunts. One thing leads to another, and now we're helping each other out. After all, if the school found out, it'd leave a permanent mark on her employable ass. Huh? What? Yours too, probably, since you're involved in all. My teeth creak painfully from my clenched jaw, and yet the blood drained from my face. Talking about about her record, you mouthbreaker. Art's her big break, right? Skipping the whole rigmarole, the gist of it is simple. So Olivia draws up some BS group projects for me, and some friends of mine, turns them in, and makes sure the whole incident goes away. I managed to earn back some of the feeling of my consciousness, just long enough to defy her. But that's blackmail and cheating. That's wrong. Well said, Mr. NPC. Oh my god, that's fucking precious. Absolutely. Mia blinks a few times before turning to look at Olivia, then back to me, and then back to Olivia. What, are you disappointed in her now? I bet you made her pinky swear she would never do anything like that again. Yeah, basically in that confrontation earlier after the contest thing, right? She leans closer to me, bow whispering. Well, sorry to break the news, Inko, but your friend here's a liar. Don't listen, I want to be... She was threatening me. Threatening? Honey, if we were swapped, you'd see my ass hang. All I'm doing is making things better for the both of us. Not my fault you tried to get away with cheating. You think a cripple like you would have more shame than that? I watch Olivia's eyes start twitching. Maybe it's really starting to get to her. I can't let her keep talking to her like that. Mia, just stop it, okay? She really doesn't need this right now. Can't you both just walk away and pretend this never happened? Shit, Inko, you're good. Haha, you hear that, Olivia? Wait, I didn't mean... Olivia's staring at me with a look of betrayal that threatens to tear my heart into two. Yeah, we kind of walked into that, right? That is basically Mia's end goal, right? Make it go away eventually. Ah, god damn it, why can't I stop talking for once? Mia waves me off, turning to face her target once more. I'd bet you'd love to walk away from this, but things just don't work out that way, do they? Funny. Funny. Very funny. Oh, that's why you didn't want Inko knowing you're still a dirty cheater. Shut up. Oh, relax. It's not a big deal. No, I'm sick of this. You already admitted it. Art's my big break. You're only doing this because art is all I have. Your record is fucked. You lose nothing if you get caught. It's Tuesday for you. But me, it's all I have. You're embarrassing yourself. You know I can't lift or run or carry or dance or fucking anything you do on a daily basis without even thinking about it. I can't even do anything else because of these fucking legs and this fucking chair. Why can't any of you just leave me alone? I just want to draw, for God's sake. Mia rolls her eyes and takes a step closer to Olivia. That's a nice outburst and all, sweetie, but I really thought you were smarter than this. Olivia wipes away at her eyes with her sleeve. What? Mia takes another step forward. Thank handbag. Would I really go through the trouble of making you do this drunk for middling grades? If your work were crap, you wouldn't have a record to hold over you. Everyone knows you're the best artist in this place. You're just a retard about it. Olivia's mouth hangs open, but no words come out. You're the kind of idiot to let this sort of comment, get to you. So let me be the first to say, congratulations, Olivia. You have a fan. What? What are you... Wait. Are you being... I don't know. Is this your way of... I don't even know if these are the right words to say. It's not... No, I don't think it's admiration. She's definitely just being manipulative. That's it. The dark side. She's the Palpatine of this story. Anyways, Inko. Oh, crap. Distractions aside, you're in on it now, too. You don't want Olivia to starve now, would you? Her words, not mine. Say a damn word about any of this, and she's doomed. Do you understand me? Try to muster up words of defiance, or just pass Mia's stare of death. I spot Olivia's horrified expression. Hello, Baldy. I'm waiting for your answer, Skinny. I heard that sound effect. What was that? I'm guessing that was Mia's steps. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say or do in this situation. No. Excuse me? Let me think this over with Olivia. Think this over? You dense or something? This is a simple yes or no question. You can't seriously frickin'... Mia pinches the bridge of her snoot and lets out a tired sigh. Fine. The two of yous talk it over and reach some kind of resolution. But that don't change the fact of what I said earlier, Inko. Don't say I don't do nothing nice. But think carefully, amigo. You both got a hell of a lot more to lose than I do. Mula gives me and Olivia one final glance before unceremoniously leaving the room. It takes me a bit to recover my thoughts. I never thought Mia would go this far. And Olivia right now, she must be... in a world of hurt, definitely, mentally. I stand up from the floor, slowly approaching the alligator. She looks like a mess. Why? Why did you have to come in here? I'm sorry. I was just so worried about what Mia could have been doing to you, and I wanted to just make sure you were alright. Olivia grips her armrests. I was alright. I had a handle with Mia. But to basically be her slave? Doing all of her work. Not all of it, just whatever she needs to pass. I'll take the seat next to her. There. She threatened me that she'd go to Scalar and spill everything. If Scalar knew that I swapped the art, she'd know that it was with you. I couldn't let her do that to us, so I got desperate. Told her I'd do anything she wanted. That's how I got mixed up with her. Oh, I let a deep and heavy sigh. Olivia. I can understand why, but I heard how Mia was training you before I came in. Even when you're doing her work to save your skin, she's still treating your art, and more importantly, you, like garbage. My words ripped through the Gator girl's fragile heart, her face contorting in a fierce snarl even as her eyes grow wet. You're miserable. You know that. Olivia looks away from me, her face scrunching up as tears well in her eyes. I don't know what to do. The soundtrack as well. A bit desperate, fast-paced, dramatic. And I don't even know I can trust her to keep her word. More likely not. And now that you know what's going on, Mia has a noose around both of our necks. The gravity of the situation settles in. It feels like something in me is both frozen over and ablaze. There's only 6 months left in the semester. Damn, that long? It's not like she's asking for something impossible. Her eyes regain some fire, she smiles. I'll just have to tough it out. Keep making art to shut her up until this whole stupid thing can blow over. She's been going through this for so long, and still that's just... I'm out of options, and so is she. Just blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. Wanna tell Scalar about what Mia's making you do? Scalar? Are you out of your mind? You saw how she handles things around here, especially with that auditor breathing down her neck. I'm trying to avoid getting caught. Right. Okay. Anakin? For a split second I can see her mask crack. A real worry evident in those silver eyes shaking. No. Olivia makes a show of clearing her throat. Mr. Anakin doesn't need to hear this either. You know he'd be able to... I can do this on my own. Her balled-up fists quake wildly as they slam into her armrests. And the Gator girl does her best to hide her wince. I really don't think we can fix this if we're not working together. There's nothing to fix. I told you, I have it under control. Just please, Inko. I need you to trust me on this. Don't ruin this for me. I do trust you. Her voice is softening, as if she's been fully drained now. I can handle it, I told you. Her fists unfurl, and continue shaking. I take one of her hands, ignoring her indignant sputters as I delicately cradle it in my palm. Her protests die down into a pained whine when my thumb ever so slightly presses down on a joint. All this time, you've been doing your best, Olivia. My soft words draw out even softer breaths from her. Mia's had me drawing for a group almost daily. It must hurt a lot after so long. Maybe it does. But it's nothing I can't work, though. Why can't you trust me to help, then? It's not that I don't trust you, Inko. It's that I did trust everyone else. So please, stop asking about fixing me. Or fixing things, I mean. Is that what this is about? Olivia's burning out at this point. She's already hurt badly. I can feel her hand still shaking. It's beyond a point that either of us can handle alone. I let go of Olivia's hand, watching as she takes back her hand and settles it against her chest. I hook a nearby chair leg with my foot and drag the seat closer. Close enough that I can sit down right next to the bionics. Inko? I find that being next to her like this makes it easier for what I'm about to say. Breathe in. Breathe out. Meeting her eyes once again, I speak my honest thoughts. Mr. Anakin can't help Olivia. Her teeth grind together, as though contemplating mauling my face off. Please, hear me out. I want to trust you, Inko, but I'm just scared that Anakin will hate me forever for this. He's the only one that's ever made me feel like my art is worth something. I can't lose him. Look. We can get you out of this. Of course, Anakin will understand. He can go to bat for you. And if you're the one to speak up, it means you're the one getting back at Mia. She won't have power over you. I can't just give it all up like this. How can I trust you with my entire future? You have nothing to lose. I have everything. Can you trust Mr. Anakin? Will you really just let that happen? Mia has no reason to not throw you under the bus. Does he? Of course not. Mr. Anakin is... He's the only teacher that's never given up on me. I'm here with you too. You're not alone, Olivia. But you need to accept our help. Please. Olivia looks me in the eyes for a few seconds, before sharply snapping her face downward. Her body then begins to quiver, almost as if she trembles with a mixture of cold and fear. Olivia. I get up from my chair and reach out to grasp her shoulder to try and comfort her somewhat. It's okay. I'm here for you. Olivia's shaking lessens, giving me hope that my words are starting to reach her, but not 2 seconds after those thoughts cross my mind, Olivia's shaking resumes once again. The shakings followed by sniffling, at which point I had noticed tears rolling down Olivia's snout, falling right into her lap. Before I can finish my words, Olivia lunges forward and wraps her arms around my abdomen, bringing me forward and burying her face into my stomach. At which point, she begins to let out what I can only describe as a pain-filled wail. At first, I'm left utterly frozen in place, hands raised and eyes wide. Nothing in my life has ever prepared me for a situation such as this. No one go. You know what to do. I'll place my other hand on Olivia's other shoulder and slowly take a single knee, bringing me to eye level with her. There you go. Don't be so authoritative, I guess. Or at least intimidating. Ah. Definitely what Olivia would need. Possible thumbnail material as well. Then, without saying a word, I tighten my embrace, allowing her arms to wrap around my neck as I wrap my arms around hers. Her waist is pulled closer too, by her boa-like tail that's become an impromptu belt harassing me to the Gator girl. Harnessing me, I mean. There's a distinct thumping on my chest, rhythmic and relaxing. The realization that it's her heart sets my face ablaze, but also brings a smile to my lips. I close my eyes and let myself become lost in the warmth of Olivia's embrace. When we break apart, I check on our time limit. My phone says there's still 20 minutes before school's out. Hopefully, Anakin has a free period right now. You ready? Olivia gives a small nod. I get up and start towards the door. A door held open with the back of my shoe. I look back at her. As Olivia wheels over, she grunts with each push. Oh crap, I'm such an idiot. When she reaches me, Olivia gives me a very meaningful look. Though I don't really get its intent till her tail wraps itself around my wrist. Oh, right. Taking Olivia's reins for her, we start towards our teacher's room in companionable silence. Where's Mia? Where the hell is she? Did you just go away after this? That'll be a bit interesting. Man, I can't wait to go home and relax. Maybe open a bag of chips. Olivia's trimming has fallen to a 2 under Richter scale, so that's nice. She's seen enough Mia to last a while. Then again, so have I. She'd probably kill us if she saw us sneaking off. We're near the end of it all. It's nearly over. It's the first bit of quiet that we got. Just the sounds of Olivia and I walking through the halls. Olivia's gripping my wrist pretty hard. Guess she's still pretty tense. Say, maybe there's a massage place around here. That'd be pretty nice, right in that. Wait a second. Just the sounds of Olivia and I walking through the halls? Something ancient awakens in me? An icy chill races down my spine as if there's a knife poised just behind my neck. You're not alone. Is that what you're feeling? The Gator girl tenses, head stiffly turning. Her pupils softly shift to mine, and her contraction to points brings attention to the danger my ancestral instincts are warning me of. Ah, ooh. Ooh. Maybe we can finally have a thumbnail of Mia. I can see your Inko's irises. Stop. You two trying to run a fight or flight? Reflexes kick in. Serious thought of my end. My body just chose to book it. Damn, okay. Kinda weird how Inko pushed it, but you know what? We fucked her up. We fucked up her eyesight. Maybe she loses some vision. For a moment, I wonder if the deafening noise of the metal doors being hit is from Mia punching in rage, or accidentally slamming into it into it chasing after us. When I catch you, I will eviscerate you and every last thing you love. Fuck! Nice. The elevator finally begins its descent downwards. Exhale deeply. Olivia gasps for breath. Another thumbnail-worthy moment. My arm stings from Olivia's razored grip. Good thing I have a jacket. Her claws have shredded the sleeve. I think it may have even drawn blood. I shake my arm a bit, and Olivia retracts her hands apologetically. Sorry. Oh god, are you okay? No, I'm not. What happens when we reach the bottom? Mia will be waiting for us. Olivia removes the key from its slot. There you go. Make it... Or made her wait for a while. Maybe a day. It won't open. Just don't make any noise. The elevator reaches the bottom. Oh, and it turned off. Just as Olivia said, that the key to half-molded chamber simply powers down. Silence. There's a small gap under the door, letting light in. There's nobody there. We sit in the dark. Empty cabin for what feels like minutes. I'm pressed close to Olivia while we wait it out. I can feel her tail wrap around my ankle, which thankfully won't rip my clothing apart. The phrase 7 minutes in heaven surfaces in my mind and is buried immediately. The thoughts of a teenager. It's a bit warm in here. Shh. What? Did I miss something? Oh, look at her eyes. A bit scared. Heavy rapid footsteps zone in on us, accompanied by the sound of ripping paper. Mia's destroying everything on the walls. You fuckers had better still be in there. If your carriage run away, so help me Raptor Jesus. She's right in front of the door. I hear her heavy breathing and soft thuds as she attempts to put her ear to the door a few times. I try to stay as silent as possible, but I'm afraid that the homicidal power star can hear my heart hammering in my chest in pants-crapping horror. Mia, with no intention to vent her frustrations verbally, resorts to the next best thing. Physical therapy. Hell yeah. We were surrounded by the sounds of ripping paper, dented lockers, and drywall fracturing. I can get the drywall, but damn, dented lockers? Oh shit. On occasion, something hits the elevator door again. Olivia and I don't dare move. I hear the voices. Mia's drawing attention to herself. What the fuck are you looking at? Do you want one less horn? Find someone quick. I fucking swear I've had it with this fucking luggage case on wheels. Good luck painting when you're eating through a straw-pitchless crocunt. Ah! This is something. Oh, what? I'm sorry? Olivia takes a sharp breath. What was that sparking noise? Silence. What was that sound? Oh, is that what's it called? Not a raptor, fuck. Taser, there you go. Was that a taser of some kind? How close do you have to be to tase Mia? It sounds like a series of sharp cracks. Hey, whoa, hey, it's all cool. It's not what it looks like. Rapid footsteps echo from down the hall. Is she gone? What the fuck could have scared Mia like that? There's a light knock on the elevator door. Hey, anyone in there? Sounds exhausted, but it's definitely Anakin. Top lad. That's why he's Master Jedi. He is Master Jedi, right? He could have been Grand Master if he didn't do the thing. By now, my eyes have adjusted to the light. Olivia's relief is palpable and shared, my body finally relaxing and practically melting against the wall of the tiny elevator. You're going to have to tell Anakin. It's safe to come out. It's all clear. Well, looks like a stick of dynamite went off out here, but otherwise it's fine. I look at Olivia, who stares at the key in her hand. She moves to unlock the elevator, but hesitates. I think our teacher's able to sense it, since his tired voice carries the weight of his worry. Everything will be okay, I promise. But she doesn't put it in. She just stares. You don't know that. Olivia whispers softly. I can barely make it out. Oh, please. Putting that key and opening up means telling Anakin everything. There's no way Mia's letting this slide. Nothing's a safe bet. Nothing can be said for sure. She can't do nothing. And she can't do anything either. So, she looks to me. As if I'd have to answer. The key's offered to me. Delicately held between two of her claws. Ooh, a choice. A choice. So we can take the key, help her open the door, or have her open it. Well, earlier we were just having Olivia I don't know if you were helping her confront your bad ways, as you can call it, the forged artworks, or all the silly schoolwork that she's been doing to unironically help Mia. I think just giving her the key, or having her do the key thing, is gonna help her give some confidence, I guess, so we'll not take the key, we'll just wait for her. She should go at her own pace. My hands cup hers, eliciting a small gasp from the girl. Even with the darkened lenses of my shades, I can make out her moon-silver eyes filled with all the worries of this past month. Worries she'd endured because of our friendship. And possibly more. Inko. My fingers curl softly, pushing the key back into her palm. My lips move, but no sound comes out. You'll understand, Olivia. Either from my unspoken words or my comforting grip, Olivia is able to gather her courage. Looking a bit smug there, too. We share a simple nod, and her hands finally moves to the panel. With the key inserted and twisted, the darkroom shudders briefly before the metal door finally starts to slide open. We're greeted by the sight of our teacher looking very haggard, his brow slick with sweat and holding some strange black rod. Olivia reels back at the side of the au baton. Thanks for saving us, Mr. Anakin. Don't thank me just yet. I'm gonna need an explanation for all this. So is Principal Scaler, for that matter. He steps aside and motions us out of the elevator with a wave of the broad stick. Come along now. Give the janitor some time to take care of the mess. Holy shit, it looks like Mia tried to destroy everything within her reach in the hallway. On the ceiling, a pipe is leaking water intended for fountains and toilets. God damn! She is bad in many more ways than two. A group of dinos in overalls round the corner, looking absolutely pissed. Our teacher waves at them and begins escorting us to his room. Okay. All the adrenaline has faded now, and I can feel my acute pain in my arm. Livy's hand reaches back, behind her head to the arm she grabbed, and her fingers delicately loop around the spot. She looks back, her mouth shut tight, but her sympathetic eyes tell me she's sorry. I nod back with a comforting smile. Sure, it hurt, but I knew she didn't mean it. We look forward again, to the door of Anakin's classroom. Olivia sighed and resigned herself to explaining everything to our teacher. Olivia looked ready to collapse. She had taken the better part of an hour explaining Mia's extortion in full detail to Mr. Anakin. I grabbed Olivia's canteen and handed it to her. She greedily chugs the entire thing, gasping after and rubbing her sore throat. It was hard to get a read on what our teacher was thinking. His brow was furrowed, his fingers stippled, and he was muttering to himself. Finally, with a deep sigh, he stands from his desk and looks at the exhausted girl. I had a feeling something was going on, but to this extent. You should have come forward sooner. I know, but we're here now, aren't we? Fair point. Still, I'm concerned that you thought nobody would notice. I didn't think anybody would care to look. There was a silence go through dozens of eyes, you know. What do you mean? Your style, Olivia. I saw it from a mile away, and I was just hoping for you to talk to me. You knew? Why didn't you say anything? I wanted that to come from you. Don't worry, I'm not going to lecture you. After Jesus knows you had enough of that already. I'm glad you two are okay. Yeah, I thought she actually was gonna kill us. Mr. Anakin shakes his head before he smiles softly at us. Have some faith in the faculty here. We do our best for you. With what we have on Mia now, we can justify watching her like a hawk from here on. Anybody else she was harassing ought to thank you. Are you sure she's actually going to get in trouble for this? At this point, we'd look bad if we didn't punish Mia for this kind of behavior. That's a relief. Come on, you two can hunker here until school clears out. You sure? You were going to stay after like this anyways, right? Yeah. Oh, ooh. What? Ah, a loud noise makes me stumble to the floor. Mr. Anakin! Whoops. Anakin looks at the device in his hand. Is that a taser? There's a piece of tape on it with something written on it. Estra's protocol? Anyway, I'm going to run and get some things done. They're going to want my account on paper pretty soon. May as well knock it out of the way. With no care at all, Mr. Anakin chucks the electric weapon to his desk and before turning to his doorway. Burn the place down, all right. Alone, I go sit near the back of the classroom. Looking out the window, I finally let out a huge sigh that I'd been holding in. Olivia rolls over to join me, and surprisingly she's smiling. You're right, Inko. I could trust him. We sit in silence, just looking out the window. When school's out, we watch the crowd of students going home. I don't see me in the crowd, but that doesn't matter. I think, despite it all, Olivia's life is going to be just a bit easier after today. While students trickle out of school, Olivia took the chance to unwind. I figured it'd be best to let her rest, as I saw her drooping eyelids finally shut. She looked cute, just napping idly into her wheelchair, except for the weird bellowing. It was like a snore. I suspect I could feel it vibrating through the floor. With the clouds hiding the sun and the classroom's lights turned off, I could do with some shut-eye too. But I can't bring my eyes closed. Instead, I look out the window. The layer of clouds overhead steadily grows more dense, casting a darker shade on everything. Light raindrops prick against the glass. Crap, I really should have brought my umbrella. It's raining time again. As a few minutes go by, they roll in closer and closer, blocking out the sunlight. If Olivia were awake, she'd think this was pretty neat. I'll look back to her. Maybe I could nap too. Just a little. What was... lightning? Ah, lightning and thunder. Oh. My eyes were drawn upward to the heavy clouds in the sky. In moments, the glass of the window was assailed by numerous heavy droplets of rain. Holy moly! The trees outside are billowing almost aggressively. Several small branches are stripped away in the torrential downpour. An umbrella wouldn't help with this. Huh? What? My phone's blaring an alarm. So it's Olivia's. Instructions to shelter in place for several hours. Ah, what those? The weather warnings. The classroom door is thrust open quickly. Mr. Anakin is back, panting hard and clothes drenched. Doesn't look drenched, though. He takes a moment of surprise to compose himself as best he can. Ahem. Sorry about that. The faculty is doing a sweep of the campus right now. Apparently there's a monsoon scare right now. Monsoon, huh? I'm guessing West Coast? Or not West Coast. Yeah, West Coast, actually, yeah. Monsoon? Does that happen here? Assuming this is America. Anakin gestures to his drenched outfit and out the window as if to ask if Mia had clocked me in the head after all. Right. Are we going to be alright? Of course. Schools are designed shelters for the worst disasters, or designate shelters. That is true. Though they're not the cleanest. If anything, you're safer here than at home. But the hallways outside is open, isn't it? I just finished putting the cover up. A cover? Just keep close to the wall, yeah? What do we do now? Anakin shakes his phone at us. Shelter in place. We're all stuck here for a few hours. Olivia reaches into her bag and pulls out her drawing book and a well-used pencil. Actually, why don't you use this time to catch up on some schoolwork? I'm sure you have some work from other classes still pending, and I can't think of a better time to tackle that than now. But today's been rough. Can I do this or finish my nap instead? That's fine too, but aren't you falling behind grade-wise in some of your other classes? Maybe? Ah, fine. I'll catch up on some of that work. Anakin gives a single nod and smiles. Olivia puts away her drawing materials and instead pulls out her bulky mathematics book, which she sets on the table with more force than necessary, followed by her notebook. With some hesitation on her part, Olivia sets herself to work. Meanwhile, I bring myself closer to her face, or I bring myself closer to her in case she wants some help with the work. After a few minutes, it's clear her mind and spirit isn't into the work one bit. She constantly fidgets, taps her pen on the table, looks around the room and out the window. Eventually, she lets out a groan and slams her book shut. I can get that. I can very much get that. Ugh, this sucks. There's a turd twig here. Can I please do something else? I mean, you're not forced to do this. Anakin, who had been busy himself with grading some paperwork, snaps up away from his work, looking at Olivia while rubbing his chin. Well, there is one other thing you could help out with. Would need both of your help with it. Could even consider it a new extra assignment. What do you say? I don't know, today's been pretty rough on Olivia. Absolutely, I'll do it. Alright. Alright. It is what it is now. Wonderful! It's back here. He starts walking to the back of the room and waits for the two of us to follow him. Oh, something in the darkroom? Oh man. I thought you wouldn't get to do anything in there until the last few weeks of the semester. Are we going to be getting a head start on this section? Maybe we'll be making prints or learning about C-41 and... Huh? Oh, Olivia spoke to my back. Quit it with this cinematic gait. You're going too slow. Oops. I shake the excitement off and head to the darkroom. Anakin holds the door open for the two of us to enter. The inside glows a vibrant crimson light. Anakin's suit appears to light up in the red lights, as does my shirt. They've only actually been in a dark room once before. This is so cool. I clasp my hands together. So, what are we developing? We? This is an important job just for you. And Piplup fled. Alright, I'm ready for it. What am I developing? Your lower back. Ooh. This is just a Home Depot, isn't it? That's what I feel like this is. Unless you actually manage to get a backrooms picture of some type of warehouse, or maybe an actual Home Depot, or maybe your store. I'm just gonna say this is Home Depot. It just looks like that with the orange railings and stuff, and the gray stuff. Gray railings? I don't know. Gray standings? I got a Darjeeling instead. There's a click of a switch, and the red lights switch to normal lights and properly illuminate the room. There's boxes over there. I need one to at each station around the room, but they're too heavy for me. You can if you can, of course. Legally, I can't make any of you do this. Do I at least get extra credit? You get one bag of chips I keep hidden in my desk. Ah. Absolutely worth it. My kingdom for some hidden chips. Fine. Nice. Come on, Olivia. We should clear the way for him. Oh, okay. There actually is something in the box we'll need in a bit. The two move back to the entrance. Now faced with the myriad boxes I'll have to carry. I mean myriad of boxes. Looks like there's about 10. There's a Cresselia? Okay. That's interesting. Alright, back to this game. Looks like there's about 10. They're pretty medium-sized. Like you could fit a table lamp in them. How heavy can they... How handy can they... Ugh! Thud. Lift with your knees and go. This is gonna suck. Why don't you just use the Force, Anakin? I look at Olivia. And she already has her phone out and pointed my way. Ah, of course. When the funny happens. Damn it. I shift my legs and try again. Oh no, oh no. Hopefully, it won't turn into a 1,000 ways to die situation. Apparently, I saw an animation of a guy lifting a rock for some reason. Apparently, it was 50 pounds, according to the comments. It wasn't a 1,000 ways to die animation, of course. I can tell. And when he lifted it, I think there was just too much pressure in his belly. So much pressure to the point that the bottom of his intestines just shot out. Basically, you shoot it out the poop chute at his end. That's one hell of a way to die. I actually managed to get this thing off the ground. Look at your try-hard face. This must weigh at least 70 pounds. 70? Damn! What are these loaded with? Bricks? Something like that. Careful, they're fragile. Finally, I get the last box in its place. Pick a chair and collapse in a heap. My muscles are on fire. Although, to be honest, I don't know if I could have done all that at the beginning of this year. I guess I'm getting stronger. Anakin walks back into the darkroom with a small black toolbox. Oh good, you're done. Come on out and take a breather. That looked tough. I'd rather stay here. Olivia shows up in the doorway behind Anakin. I'm surprised you didn't use the cart. What cart? I don't see it here. Ah, of course. Before you get started with me, Inko, you didn't ask. For the love of... I hate you. That's the spirit. Olivia stifles her laughter into a snickering snort fest. Your mood will improve when you see just what you've been carrying. Oh? He grabs a box cutter from a shelf and slices the top of one open. Our teacher pulls out what looks like a large overhead lamp from the box. Oh! Oh, sweet. So that means that you'll be making your own prints for midterms. That sounds awesome! Aw, man, I can't wait to... But before any of that, these need to be assembled. The rest of the parts were taken from the first box, set down meticulously. Olivia's gone curious, as she's rolled up to the station and handling one of the funnier-looking pieces. Anywho, here you two go. Wait, two? Yes, two. Don't think I didn't notice you watching Echo so much. The stammered denial from Olivia does nothing to wipe the cheeky grin from our teacher's face. And she's blushing a little bit. But what about you, Mr. Anakin? I'll be right back. He makes his way to the door again. Nice. Get started without me. I need to go fetch some things. Before either Olivia or I can speak up, he's left the room. Olivia already has the toolbox open on her lap. Right then. I grabbed the folded up instructions and lay it out, seeing the details of the bizarre device fully assembled. Okay, so... Step 1. Hand me the next piece. Oh, did I scare you? Yes, you scared me. These things are heavy. What if you dropped that on something? I didn't, though. But you could've. But I didn't. Olivia's tail reaches for some brackets, but I grabbed a limb before she can take them. Hold on. We gotta do things right, or the enlarger might not work right. She retracts her tail from the table. You're no fun. It's just an oversized lamp. That's a gross oversimplification. You're a okay. Absolutely. You're a gross oversimplification, Inko. Anakin's gonna make you use that when you break. Just means I can sketch more, right? Well, it'd mean you can't participate and learn about photography. Photography's your thing, so it doesn't really apply to me much, does it? Well, maybe that's the case for you, but photography's my thing. It's the whole reason I took this class after all. Oh, sorry. It's nothing. Olivia politely rests her hands on her lap. Her eyes linger on the box of parts. Well? How does it work then? The print enlarger? She shakes her head. Photography. Like, why the giant lamp there? Or giant lamp thing? It's all digital today, right? Huh? I think that's the first time someone's actually asked me about it. Sure, I've had lots of mid-shower rehearsals explaining my hobbies and their cultural significance to others, but none of that's coming to me right now. It's all about shot composition, and this machine is part of the production of it. Getting the right things in the right places at the right time to invoke a certain feeling. Composition is a thing in painting too, you know. I'm ill-prepared for Olivia's comeback. Yeah, but it's a lot easier to pick the composition you want. You don't have to worry about any factors other than yourself. With photography, you have to build a set to get a good photo. That's the fun of it. But why would you want to limit yourself like that? Why not just draw whatever you're taking a picture of instead? You could express all kinds of things you could never express with a photo. Olivia taps a claw on the imager, the metallic ping echoing in the small room. What's this all this junk apart from just lines on a page? The technique and the vision. She smirks at my petulant comment. Fine, I'll show her. I'll prove to you that this takes skill. I hold the lighting portion up, making sure it's at the right angle, and fasten the last portion of the enlarger in. I plug the machine in and flip the switch, happy that it works right and lights up the entire base. Olivia looks at me with confusion as I move to the entrance of the room and flick the light switch, bathing the room in bright red again. Ooh! Going back to our workspace, I pulled and developed negatives from my backpack. I slot the slide I want into the carrier. And ta-da! The negative carrier in place in the machine. A blurry gray blob is projected onto the base? What? My words exactly. Give me a minute. I hold the manual under the light to the side of the blob, checking which knob is which, and slowly turning them. As the lens and billows shift, the Rorschach test transforms, gaining more definition until finally it becomes a spitting image of the school's front entrance. I can even do this. I take out the negative and place another top of it before slotting the carrier back in, while also increasing the strength of the light. The image displayed is now the entrance with half a dozen semi-transparent students in front of it. What did you do? I overlapped another shot. The backgrounds are the same, and I doubled up, so I had to intensify the light, otherwise the entrance would be too grim. So, that would take me a few minutes to do tops. It'd look a lot better, too. She smirks, but I think she's feigning her apathy this time. Her tail gives her away. It's a lot more technical, I guess, but I only knew how to do this kind of stuff from Master Anakin's lectures and about negatives. What else could you do with this thing? I don't know, but what's that smell? Oh, shit! I pull out the negative carrier and wince at how hot it is. Crap, shit. Elvia's quick to rig the plug from the socket. With my sleeve, I open the carrier and see I've managed to melt the two negatives together. Wow. Nice. Ah, man, I was going to use that. All that work. And I go and mess it up trying to prove something. Olivia's never going to let me live this down. The green Gator girl lays a sympathetic hand on my shoulders to my surprise. Hey, shit happens. I've ruined a lot of paintings in the past too, you know. She takes the reels from the warm metal plate and holds them to the red light, trying to see through them. You've got more shots on this thing. But I like those shots. Then go retake them. It's not that easy. Like, it has to be the exact same time and weather and lightning? The power's out, of course. The abrupt darkness coincides with the vague ambient sound of the ventilation shutting to a halt. The blackness is all-encompassing. I can't even see Olivia, who I know is right next to me. Inko? Her voice helps me confirm that we're still alive in some fashion, but there's a shakiness in her tone, which sends a tense rattle down my spine. Our breathing is the only noise. It's as if we'd been encapsulated in a void of nothingness. How it is to be within a dark hole. I'm still here. I know that. I play my hand down to brace her shout, feeling the still warm metal of the enlarger base. But, yeah, I guess the school lost power. I feel something cover my hand, and then squeeze, painfully. Wah. Sorry. The pressure lessens, but she doesn't let go of my fingers. No, it's fine. There's a subtle shake in the scaly limb in my hand. But when I brush my thumb across its limb eases. Oh, but when I brush my thumb across it, the limb eases. Hey, stop that. Stop what? Just that. Stop that thing you're doing with your hand. I shrug. And then want to slap my face when I realize she can't see that. Alright. Standing here in the darkness of the darkroom isn't getting us anywhere. We should go find... Ah. Olivia! Inko! Wah! My instincts kicked in. I hop back to make space between us and the killer. I turn my back to them to become a defensive wall. I wrap my arms around Olivia's head to make sure she's 100% protected. Hey, 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 it's me! Hey, it's me, Fat Albert! It's actually Anakin, but whatever. Took a bit to find a flashlight, but with how this room is... I look up to the shining white pterodactyl, pointing the flashlight at his own face. Oh. Get off me, you chit! Oof. Look, I'm not paying you two to get frisked in the closet. That's what Trigham's class is for? Trigham's? Okay. We're not Mr. Anakin holds up a pale hand, his grin widening. Relax, I'm just joking around. He leans against the doorway to get a better look inside the dark room with his flashlight. Power's out for the whole block, and apparently our backup generator's decades old, and it's only keeping the AC on. At least there's something on. Someone should get fired for that. Come on, we can wait it out in the studio. Olivia follows me out the main classroom as we trail slowly in Mr. Anakin's wake. The slow sounds of his gait sets a nice contrast to the rain lashing against the windows. Whoa, it's really coming down outside. Think it'll flood? It floods here? Sometimes. The ground floor classrooms used to have carpet, you know. Anakin starts pulling something out of his desk, but it's too dark to see what. Ugh, don't remind me. That junk just sucked away half a year's funding. You ever tried teaching people with watercolors without the frigging watercolors? It was ridiculous. I remember. I remember you were the most upset. All right. He set some tiny tea lights down one of the desks and begins lighting them. The tiny wicks are set alight with the tiniest of embers, providing the bare minimum of illumination for us to see. Won't those trigger the fire alarms? Should be fine. They're too small by themselves anyways. What are those for? Been saving them for a rainy day. We're going to be stuck for a while, so why not make it a camp out? Camping. I like the sound of that. Won't we get in trouble, though? It'd be trespassing, right? It's either this or trying to get home in this storm. Ah, nice. As if to illustrate his point, the weather decided to chime in. Thank you, Raptor Jesus. Very cool. Besides, schools are usually made with sheltering in mind. There's all kinds of procedures for this, like bringing everyone to the gym, and bringing out some really moldy cots. Oh, I wonder if you can sue the school for staying in something like that, or being on top of that. Olivia winces. Those haven't been replaced? Ha! Our budget has been in the red for years, Mrs. Halford. Part of why we're being scrutinized right now, with that whole audit business. Anyway, we're the only ones left on campus, so I'm not gonna go through all that trouble. So, just relax for now. I've already called a taxi for the both of you. Taxi? I made a call as soon as the power went out. It's just gonna be a while to get one ready and send it out. What'll we do in the meantime? How about you just call an Uber? I think that would have been better. The in-universe Uber. Our teacher has a wicked grin. You're not done with that homework, right? Ah, ha, ha, ah. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. What? Okay. Time and the storm carry on, yet things are surprisingly calm. Olivia pretends to focus on her work while I pretend to help her. But soon enough, Mr. Anakin starts sharing wild stories about previous semesters. You know, a few years back, somebody tried to take his hat right off his head. Let me tell you, I've never seen a shovel fly that fast. Wow. That sounds appropriately violent. Either way, Olivia slowly loosens the facade of productivity, and I join her not out long after. You know, I still owe you for ruining your coat one coat last year. Ah, forget about it. I have dozens of them in my closet anyway. You too? The eerie ambience from the blackout is quickly overridden by our combined laughter. Eventually, we run out of things to say and just wait quietly in each other's company. Anakin slumps downward on his chair. Oh, long day today. He glances out the window, still being assaulted by sheets of rainwater outside. Normally I'm home by now, resting. You two mind if I relax a little here? No, go ahead. Thanks. He stretches behind him, cracking his spine against the groove of his chair. Damn! I haven't cracked my spine in a good while either. Olivia, I've been meaning to say. You're usually so quiet, reserved, isolated even. I've noticed you're being a bit more friendly recently. Huh? You think so? You've been in my classes for all 4 years. Of course I would. Maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned, but it hurts me to see a student hurt themselves like that. When you're in the adult world, you'll see this all the time. When someone's in a rut, they'll tend to just stay there until their days blend together instead of lifting themselves up. Like they got all the time in the world. So I'm proud of you making that effort, Olivia. Oh, Mr. Anakin, I don't, I mean, don't be flustered. Be proud, Olivia. You managed to form a friendship. Of course, I appreciate you extending an olive branch too, Inko. Me? It's no problem, Mr. Anakin. Come on, school overs are over. You can drop the mister. I mean, it's not something to be thanking me for, is it? I'm just a friend. That is great to hear, though. You can't always navigate this world alone. Someone to keep company can really help. He can? More than you can imagine. Anakin leans forward to place a hand over both of ours. He just barely makes contact with Olivia's wrist when she winces and yanks it back. Shit. Olivia? Are you alright? Ow. I'm fine. That just hurt. I was fine before, though. You've been trying to stay off that wrist all day. Wasn't that bad? I was feeling better. I even helped build the doohickeys. The doohickeys. Loving the vocabulary. They're print enlargers. He covers his eyes with one hand. Of course, great move. Student's been overworking himself, and I think to give extra physical work. What am I doing? It wasn't your fault. I didn't want to worry you. I had no idea how bad it was. He leans forward again, gently holding Olivia's wrist, inspecting it and being careful not to cause any pain. You need to take care of yourself, Olivia. If something were to happen, how would you be completely beside yourself? I know. I know you were doing extra work, but I didn't even get this bad. It was a lot of extra work. Doing a whole group's assignments on top of my own for the last 3 weeks. Basically all my free time. Ah, damn, that would kill me as a student. Having no free time, just doing other people's stuff. It's great practice, at least that's what I was telling myself. Olivia does her best to hide her wincing as the teacher tests her arm. I never would have made it to graduation. All because of that painting you switched. He shakes his head and lets go of Olivia. No, it goes further than that. That painting was all because of the pain you've been going through all these years. All because of that first contest entry, hanging in the gala. Your first venture into the art world. It went how it did. Olivia looks down at her hand, stretching the fingers out and in, slowly, carefully. My hands move without a thought, fingers taking her hand carefully to help in some way or another. You and that painting. Our teacher palms his face and groans into it. It's a generally good piece, Olivia. I've told you that so many times. She looks up, or locks up. Manages a small nod. What a horrible chain of events. I've had to witness it all these years. Watch as it's taken your friends, your self-worth. That little smile you had when you first came into my class. And now it's ruining your health. He gently lets go and covers his own eyes again. And really just sat here and watched it? I was just talking about how people act like they have more time than they have. Anakin? Are you alright? I'm super. I'm more than okay. In fact, I've made up my mind about something. You. Take her to the gala, please. There's something I want you two to see. No words. Just do it, please. I nod. What are you going to show us? He stops at the door. Something you should have seen a long time ago. My shoes slosh noisily against the flooded hallway as we slowly head back to the main building of the school. Ah, damn. Getting those shoes to dry up will be a pain. Did it rain, at least end game? I don't think it did. I mean, it is still technically the cold season for Volcadera, right? So, not much sun to go around. Not only that, it's been raining the past few days as well. Though it's been shining today, so that's cool. Olivia herself had used her arms to tuck her legs up into her seat, her head now resting on her knees. Anakin didn't seem to care. Each of his steps splashing water around and soaking his slacks. The drains in the floor are working overtime, keeping the water at a minimal level. An unsettling feeling washes over me as we enter the atrium. The interior of the school pitch black from the lack of lighting. At least, we aren't dealing with wet floors, but navigating the halls in the dark is a new difficulty. Olivia brought out her phone, using its flashes as a light to shine our way, but I'm still unnerved. The only sound I hear is the squelches of my shoes, and awkward dripping from both Olivia and I. And it was then that I realized Anakin had left us behind. Mr. Anakin? Her voice bounces down the dark halls of the school. Did you see where you went? Kinda. I think he went that way. I can just make out Olivia's hand pointing thanks to her phone. Towards the school's offices. Huh. Do you have an alternate ego, Mr. Anakin? Do you have a young Slayer, 9000? I keep pushing Olivia, so taking my time as I feel my shoes threaten to slip with each step I take. It's slow going. Between the eerie darkness and my slow steps, what should have taken us a minute at most takes about 3 minutes for us to arrive at the gala. Well, we're here. The storm rages against the glass ceiling. What's normally the source of the hall's natural lighting is completely obscured by the typhoon. And there's still no sign of Anakin. I withdraw my phone and it turns its flashlight on too, in the hopes to improve the situation. I can hear something else, aside from us in the rain. Something that's getting closer. A tiny red light in the distance there with the sound. The tiny ember bounces and sways in rhythm with the odd tapping. Until... Oh? Oh, there's a painting on the floor. That was my entry, or my so-called entry, right? Anakin, what are you doing? What is this? Looks so badass, too. I'm frozen for a second. The thought forces its way through me. You would never hurt us. Anakin, what are you doing? Something is kicked aside. It's Olivia's painting from the art contest a few weeks back. Yep, I noticed that. It smacks loudly against the glass casing of the display case. These are the ones, yeah? What? I'm ignored. Anakin's staring right at Olivia. She's also struck fearful. But she nods. Anakin takes a deep breath and faces the display. Oh. Got the two paintings together. What are you going to do with that? Hey. Anakin, wait. This is a bit extreme, isn't it? I guess not for him. God damn. Beautiful animation, again. And not only that, we have, well, 3 different spots where we can choose our thumbnails, man. I'm loving it. And we've seen that in the trailer too, partially. Or at least Anakin in the hallway. Ah. 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 Olivia. It's gone. Actually, I must think. Her looking at her paintings being smashed up by Anakin. The few teachers that she really likes. And not only that, looks up to as a... Not only as a teacher, but as an inspiration for her art. Or at least... the one that guides her in her art yet, right? Watching him, or her watching him smash up her work. But it was prevalent in the animation. I wonder what she was thinking. Her sprite now is, I guess, frozen. Just heart stopping. It's gone. Both of them. This should have been done long ago. Yeah. Anakin, that's crazy. I know. What about the other things in the case? Who fucking cares? Those students graduated ages ago. You know how many still do art? None. If they're collateral so someone else can, fine by me. But Olivia, you got no other big paintings now, do you? She shakes her head. That's a shame. Look what I just did. I could make another. Yes, that's what I need to hear. You make me so proud to hear that. Do you remember in sophomore year when you challenged me to think of something I wanted to do and set a goal to it? Of course. I couldn't think of anything back then, but there has been one thing I've been wanting to do for a while. And like you said, some company could really help. Olivia gripped my hand just a little tighter. Promise not to laugh? Never. Would you mind asking me again, Anakin? Sure. I believe it was, if you could leave right now and go do anything you wanted, what would you want to do? Ooh. Let's make it a hypothetical about us. If we were to leave right now and do anything you wanted, what would we do? Hmm. Ah, damn, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Actually, maybe do some traveling, because I feel like us as humans, let it, let's disregard this third world because third world just fucked, at least when it comes to work style. For first world countries, I feel like, or at least America, maybe even Canada, we're starting to tip over, or our work balance is starting to tip over more to work just to offset living where we, where our homes are, to the point that vacations are just not possible. Like, bro, not even just getting out of the country, just getting out of maybe your state, maybe even your city or hell, your county might be a bit detrimental for your financial health. So, if I have the reins to do what the hell I wanted, I would just travel. And I'm such a lucky person, even though we're not the richest people in the world. My family's not the richest in the world. We've gotten to many places in America. The Grand Canyon, Yosemite, New York City, uh, Newark, which is very close to New York City, uh, Blue Ridge Mountains, the Rockies, Georgia. I made a vlog about Georgia, but I went to Georgia many times. Uh, I know we went to Cali as a family. Went to San Fran specifically, LA, Hollywood twice. I think that's mainly it. Well, we went to the East Coast generally, like North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. Went to like Nashville, but Nashville, Chattanooga as well. There's many places just in America that I've been to. I'm so lucky to experience. There are times where I do wish that I did record what the hell I've done with my parents because it does sound weird wanting to record everything, but at the end of the day, I don't have the best memory, and I'm growing older. Sadly, there will become a time where I just don't remember, and hopefully I can remember to at least check my videos, whatever I have, and reinvigorate some memories too. There's also other countries I went to, like Iceland, the Philippines, Canada. We went to Banff, and I want to go back to Banff because we never went. We only went to Banff once, and the iceberg or glacier that I've seen there is getting smaller and smaller. Uh, I think that's technically it, but that's still a fair amount of places that we went to. So what does Olivia say? Anything at all? Oh, okay. Ah, yep. I want to. I want to go see a fountain. Oh, like the fountain in the menu, right? and paint it for you. Fucking brilliant. There's a fountain here? There's a park not too far from here. You can barely see a fountain in the center of it from the window. You can't see it right now in the storm, but I want to go there. I think I know of it. The one in Stig Equestrian Park? Stig Equestrian Park. I wonder what the Stig thinks of that. That's wonderful, Olivia. Anakin stumbles a bit. I give him a rush to give him a shoulder. Some shards of glass crunching under my feet. Ha! Good thing the power's out. No cameras up or anything. Oh, that's true. That is very true. Won't you get in trouble for this? I'm always in trouble for something. Ordinarily, I just take the hit. Especially for something like this. That Mia chick can take the fall to hell. To hell with her. Olivia manages another small smile. Our girl, Mia. Or my girl. I'm just waiting for the Mia mod, okay? Mia route. I'm looking forward to that painting. Better get it to me. I will. And you better help. Of course. Anakin motions for us to wait by the school's entrance. For a while, we just sit there. Ah, in the rain. Do you have one, Anakin? Hmm? Do you have something you want to do? I'm already doing it. No, really. Really? Teaching high school is a great job that nobody ever regrets. Funny. She posed that question to Inko there. Ah, actually, going back to this. Teachers... I think public school is a rite of passage when it comes to teaching. But from what I've been told from at least college professors, whenever they get the chance to teach a college class, they just grasp at it because they offer better pay. Even if it's just a local college, whatever they call it. Community college, there you go. It's not a big name. It doesn't pay as big as a regular college or a university, in fact, but it's still better than public school pay. And the environment is better too. So, it might get a little sterile at least, because my view of classes in college. If the subject itself is not interesting and the teacher itself is not interesting, it's just a fucking bore. You might as well just shoot yourself or just skip. Because, yeah, you paid for this, but god damn that teacher is... it's just there. It's just there. You feel like your time is better spent on public somehow. Anyways, all this character development and has barely said a word. Alright, Inko. What about you? What do I want to do, huh? If I could pick anything, I guess? Ooh, we got a choice again? Right click again. So, I want to go to college. Pretty generic. I want to make plenty of friends. Well, actually, all three of these are generic, but going to college, the route that we're going, more than likely we will go to college, so that seems like an inevitability. I want to make plenty of friends. Well, everyone wants to make a fair amount of friends. Plenty? Yeah. I mean, I don't... Oh, how should I say it? How should I say this? How should I articulate it? Having friends, of course, is great. Keeping in touch with them, even after school or whatever, is Hmm. It's a bit tough. I do have my high school friends, or at least some of my high school friends on PSN. However, we just don't communicate a lot. I haven't communicated with my then best friend of high school since, God, 2018, 2020? Or 2019, 2020? Sure, we could do that, but I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna lean on true love. I'm still searching for it. I still have hope. I'm only like 23, at least when I'm recording this. I still have the heart for it. I'm not hell bent on it, you know? If it comes out, or if I find love, I find love. If I stumble, I stumble. That's how I learn. So, I think for Rinko, it's the truest goal here is finding true love. And it doesn't even have to be like a partner. It has to be like, it can be something like a true passion. Like photography, or maybe even something more from the photography. Though I'm guessing from this game they actually mean a partner, so nah, a bit one-dimensional. A more ambitious dream. I can get behind it. It's a bit unimaginative. Hey, hey. College and making friends, that's an inevitability. College more so. Now, finding true love, it can be an inevitability. Or, more than likely, or at least what I feel like from my friends. For now, just work. You just grind it out, or work to get money, work for college. Just get that over with, and then go into our love life, so we can be settled. Ah, just hater talk. You tell them, Inko. They're drinking the haterade. You should probably start looking more into the how, and not the what. Like you would know. I can totally do it. Sure thing, Mr. Successful. Your blog doesn't even have 10 followers. I have a blog? Nah, you look me up. I guess so. Yeah, I got bored, of course. Top lad. You could at least follow me if you're gonna cyberstalk me. I'll follow you when you make good content. That is real. Subscribe! Subscribe! YouTube moment. Also, your interpretation of Godzilla copy from a video essay sucks. You should feel bad. Ugh. Your shit sucks and you should feel bad. I'll copy Anakin's motion with the axe and karate chop Olivia's leg. I didn't feel that, jackass. Well, I guess some banter is a form of motivation as well. I know. It's only gonna take a quick second. I'm just gonna turn on the lights so I can actually see. Sounds like you have quite the promise to uphold now, Inko. Boo. Oh no, cock. Even with the disses being thrown around, what stood out most was the wild grin on Olivia's face. Between the staccato rain and uproarious laughter, time seemed non-existent. I could feel the muscles in my face ache, brought on by bouts of laughter and grinning, which made the taxi's arrival so disappointing. As we were escorted out into the parking lot, our mirth was replaced with something more. Calm. Comfortable. An easy quiet that let my thoughts wander. Back to the things that we said to each other. Back to what our Patero teachers had said. Navigating the world alone. For all the time I spent around Olivia and her friends, it never really occurred to me that she'd harbor something like loneliness. I mean, Damon alone is like a wild crowd composed of a single madman. And Liz, she's practically the group's nanny or something. The big sister. The driver of the yellow van leans into his horn, and I can feel a bashful or baleful leer on me, even through the haze of fog and raindrops. Ugh. Olivia draws her hood up, and I hold my jacket above my head. With a final look to Mr. Anakin, we thank him. No need for thanks. Seeing my students grow and prosper into adulthood is all the reward this old fossil needs. And with a wave, he sends us off into the rain, to the irate taxi man's van that yells at us about his burning gas. While Olivia works to get herself situated in the cab, I turn back. Mr. Anakin is sagging, meandering back into the building. Oi, hurry up. Right. It's been a week since the typhoon. The days after were surreal, without things just realign with the old schedule. Anakin was serious when he told Olivia to keep off that risk. He effectively banned her from painting until it got better. Meaning all week I've been doing our work as a group. It was exhausting. Oh hey. Oh, she has bags still. But hey, she's here. Hell yeah. I want a hell yeah right now in chat, boys. What? What the fuck was that? But today I'm pretty excited. For the first time, Olivia's actually joining me on the metro. We're headed for the city. It's gonna be a bit of a trip. For the last several nights, Olivia has been using my inbox to store sketching ideas while her wrist heals. On Thursday, she even attempted sending a few left-handed sketches, but gave up after the third or fourth malformed rat. Then, Alyssa sent a game-changing invitation to our group chat. Her uncle has some business in the city, and he told her she can go do something with the time since it's her car. So, she's invited the rest of us to join her for lunch at a fancy place. It's got us pretty thrilled. It's got me pretty... that's the dry humor I just love. I'm pretty sure something like that would appear on Top Gear. At least somewhat. Maybe even just in the draft script or whatever. It's got me pretty thrilled. Olivia understood the order to stay off her hand, but that doesn't make her less manic about wanting to get back into painting. Why'd you agree if you don't want to go? Well, a trip to the city won't suck so bad if you're there. Aww. I kinda miss Mr. Ferris. Man. Even if I really, really want to start that painting. You're almost done healing. Won't be much longer, I know it. But Anakin said you should at least wait for Monday. Yeah, that too. Besides, I don't want to be around Damon while he's... Oh, is he sick? Poor guy looked positively miserable when I picked up Olivia. He was pale and shaking, and the floor between his feet and was left bubbling after a particularly powerful sneeze. Has it ever been that bad? It happens like once a year. It's one reason we don't share a room. One moment he's fine, the next he's inebriated. This car is weird. You ride this every day? What do you mean weird? I don't know. Yep. Actually, we haven't been on the metro in a while, have we? Or at least we didn't see it. In this VN. Yep. This is even my seat. Right next to the folding accessibility seat? What, did you start accounting for me before we even met? Yeah, maybe I did. She mouths something and rolls her eyes. But there's a clear smile after she goes back to watching the passing buildings. Compared to a car ride together, this felt like a little more intimate. Wow, the fact I couldn't figure out that word sooner. Even if there are more people in close proximity, none of them paid us any mind. I mean, it's just public shit. They're focused on their own problems. You're focused on yours. Or at least you should be. Just Olivia and I. Several stations later, the metro grinds to a halt at our stop. Alright, you ready? Yeah. Olivia shoos my hand away when I go to help her out the metro. Oh my. We stepped out into the chilled air of the city. I'm already getting goosebumps. That cold front is really making itself known. We shall find Liz quickly, before Olivia starts shivering. Are you seeing a long, big green neck anywhere? Not that I know of. Great. That sounds awesome. I want to put some periods here. We looked around, through the alleyway, to the closest shops. Maybe she's in the bathroom? I'd wait around, but I don't want to make Olivia wait out in the cold. This just reminds me. Olivia waiting out in the cold? So, yeah, I work, yeah? Specifically, Uniqlo. Uniqlo Disney Springs, yes. And my most recent days before I got sick and had to stop, there was a funny incident of a Hispanic family, I'd like to say, wheeling around their granny, only to have only for that granny to be parked, literally, in 3 different locations throughout the store. And they just leave her there for a while. It's just wild. No one was with her. There were multiple employees, multiple of my coworkers just eyeing her, just checking up on her, even talking to her. Though she spoke Spanish, so I don't think many of us that day spoke Spanish. So yeah, it was just a worrisome thing, but a scummy thing at that. That the family just left her there, their own mother. It's crazy. Anyways, did we go to the wrong stop? Just text her already. Crap, right. I'm dumb. Why did they think of that first? What the hey? Where'd you go? Oh, hey. A moment later, her head ropes out of the door of a nearby coffee shop, followed by the rest of her. Hey, Inko! Glad you guys could make it. Yeah, just got confused. Didn't know you'd be in the cafe there. Really? I've been in there the whole time. I messaged Damon I went in to escape the cold and... Huh? Where's Damien? Oh man, he got a nasty sick right before we left. He couldn't make it. But... is he fine? He'll be fine, I think. Okay. Alright. Yeah, she definitely wanted another double date. Well, that just throws a wrench into all my plans now, doesn't it? We can still have fun without him, right? Yeah, I know. It was just... well, I was hoping between the 4 of us, it'd be like a double date. Of course. Of fucking course. Oh? Yeah, Damien, me, you and Inko, all together for a fancy lunch. Liz, Olivia and I aren't... Oh. Oh! I'm sorry, I just assumed. Boy, this is embarrassing. It wholly seems like everything's going wrong for me. It's fine. Yeah, well, we can still have a good time. I'm still having lunch with friends. Exactly, there you go. Positivity. I'm glad you guys will love it. I'm sure you guys will love it too. Come on. Oh, the body leaves last too. Liz leads us through the street, pointing out our destination when it comes into view through the towering skyscrapers. What the hell is this? The building is more akin to a narrow spike aimed skyward, with a large disc-like room built near the tip. Oh, it's kind of like the sky view or whatever. Well, the needle in Seattle. I think Toronto, not Toronto. I think Niagara has something similar to that. Maybe even Toronto. I don't know. And you see that space near the top? It's the restaurant. I want to say in Niagara at least. I'm pretty sure that is the case. There's like a tower. I don't know if it's tipped, but I know there's a spinning tower or a spinning room on top of a tall tower. It's not fast. You can kind of feel it, but it's not that bad. At least to me. I don't know how my mom felt about it. I know she's more more sensitive to motion. They built it in a way that the whole thing slowly rotates, so if you change this while you eat, you can see the whole city, the ocean, even the mountains. Whoa. Where are you going, Olivia? Where are you going? I've gone here with my parents all the time as a kid, and I've always daydreamed about bringing friends and important guests there and, well, you know, business type stuff. This will be my first time on my own. Well, you know. Yeah. You'll see. There's even a... Well, hold it. We lost Olivia. Oh, we're faster than her. We turn around to check on our errant Gator friend, who's a bit farther behind and grimacing. She comes slowly rolling in, wanting to hide that slight winces every time she pushes herself. Oh, sorry. Fine. You sure you don't want help? No, I can manage on my own. Please. Alright, you want to lead the way? Alright. It's that Space Needle looking place, right? She rolls ahead and Liz and I follow behind, continuing our conversation. I think this is a perfect place to end it. Balance up, balance up, balance up, balance up.